down, your face down. Do not move.
She's not gonna talk.
What?
She's not gonna talk about it. She said she don't even know that girl over there.
Full of
Yeah.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Get on the ground.
At some point in their lives, most people have been scammed. A lot of scams are so well planned that it's quite easy to fall for them. But then there are scams that are so poorly planned that they usually end badly. And the moment they're exposed, that's when cops serve instant karma to scammers.
I don't know if I can get in there.
I've got you. I'm just supporting you, okay?
On January 23, 2024, officers responded to a local Firestone store due to a reported fraud. A customer had paid with a bad check and was refusing to take care of the issue. While he did say he'd find a different form of payment, it never happened.
We got the copy of his insufficient check fund. We tried to, for weeks, get it straight with him. The main problem is he don't want to pay the insufficient check fee. There is a fee for me getting a bad check. We want to charge him $20 for that. That's just the way it is. He's been saying he's going to send me a money order for 2 weeks. His bill was $258.14. He wrote us a check. And for $258.21, I don't know why it's on it. And it bounced back for insufficient funds, and I got a hold of him, and he says it's our fault, the bank's fault, not his fault, that he'll send us a money order after we argued with him. And he said he'd send us a money order never came, and that's how that's going.
To resolve the issue, officers contacted the customer and asked him to come into the store and pay the outstanding $278.14. Sure, that's not exactly nothing, but neither is it enough to commit fraud for. And on top of that, most businesses are more than willing to arrange a payment plan or come up with a different solution. But they're definitely not a charity, so they'll try and get that payment no matter what.
$278.14.
You paid receipt.
Yep, 1 minute. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll hang out until he gets his receipt, then I'll take you out of here.
How you doing?
Pretty decent so far today.
You never know 1 minute, do that.
Yeah. So what kind of business do you have?
It's transportation, taxi.
All right.
I service a lot of the airport. Actually, all of them. All the way from Miami up.
Geez, that's a lot of driving.
It is a lot of driving. This baby's got 207,000 miles on it.
207,000? Yeah.
Still runs like a new car.
Yeah. Take care of them, they do.
There's some things going on with these guys. I'm an investigator with the Department of Justice. Pretty much done on purpose. Okay?
It seemed like a closed case until this guy opened his mouth with another case of his own. The suspect, who finally paid off his bill, would have been good to go after the employee returned with his receipt. Instead, the 80-year-old decided to claim that he wrote the bad checks on purpose as part of his undercover investigation.
Who do you work for?
Department of Justice.
Do you have any ID and credentials?
You ask.
Yeah, just curious. Okay, do you have your ID with you as well?
You're not allowed to carry it. That's it.
You're not allowed to carry an ID?
Nope. Just my regular. Oh, you want my personal ID?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, I can show you my driver's license.
Yeah, if you got it.
I hope so. Please don't say anything to him.
Okay.
That's me.
And how long have you been working for them?
51 years, man.
51 years?
Man.
All right. And you don't carry ID, and you're not allowed to carry an
You're
ID?
not allowed to carry paper ID.
Okay, we'll have it finish the conversation when he leaves.
Yeah.
Now, if those claims seem a little far-fetched, that's because they are. Still not entirely clear what scam this guy's trying to run here. There isn't a cop in the world who'd believe that someone works for the Department of Justice but isn't allowed to carry official ID. Guys like this are the reason why official ID exists in the first place.
You gave me 300.
Huh?
Got change back there. You gave me 300.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Sorry I had to go this way. I didn't expect it to be like
Your
that.
dad's probably turning over in his grave. So.
Yeah, he's looking at you, wondering why you're doing that to us.
No, he is.
Remember who you're dealing with.
All right, guys.
Texting me all that. Thank you, buddy.
Anyways, yeah, I'm not familiar. Department of what now? And
Justice.
Department of Justice. All right.
I've been all over the world, man.
And what is? I've never seen that badge before. Can I see
never
that
have?
again? No, that's very cool.
I've had that badge since 1978.
Wow. Can I see that again?
See how it's so nice?
Yeah. That was pretty cool. Now, is this law enforcement?
No, Department of Justice.
Oh, okay. I was just curious.
See the world up here?
Oh, wow.
That's gold.
Oh, okay. What,
Kind of pretty, isn't it?
I've never heard of it before.
There's a good reason this officer has never heard of a badge like this before. Presumably, he's only ever dealt with actual government ID. And who knows where this guy got this trinket from? If he's falsely claiming to work for the US government, he's committing a much more serious crime than just writing a bad check.
You're from Sarasota, right?
Charlotte.
Oh, you're Charlotte. Okay.
Yeah.
I know a few of the guys up in Sarasota.
Oh, okay. Who do you know up there?
John. I don't know. It's in my paperwork.
Oh, I got you.
have to keep paperwork on there.
Okay. Yeah, I got you. Oh, yeah, if you wouldn't mind, just hold tight. I'm going to update this call, and I'll come chat with you for a second. Then you... Okay, yeah.
The technique he just tried is called cold reading, and it's used by psychics, fortune tellers, and mediums all the time. He was hoping the cop would reply with something like, "Oh, John Smith? Yeah, I know him." That way, the cop provides the information while thinking the scammer knew it all the time. Unfortunately for this scammer, it didn't work.
The Department of Justice, now, they gave you a badge, but they don't give you an ID?
You can't carry it. I go to foreign countries. If you take it to a foreign country, the ID can be back to here.
Right, but they don't allow you to carry an ID, but they gave you the badge and your current law enforcement. That's strange. Do you have a supervisor that you report to?
Yeah. Unless it's a case of emergency, I'm not supposed to give his name out.
You're not supposed to what now?
Give out his name unless it's a case of emergency. All he's going to do, he's going to...
Yeah, hey, I hate to tell you, but it's an emergency.
Huh?
It's an emergency.
Oh, well, that one. Let me show you something. Why are you saying that?
I don't know if you're aware, but if you present a badge and say you're law enforcement and you're not, that's a felony.
I don't use it only when I leave this country. I just wanted to show you a little bit of information.
Right, but you presented it to me and told me you're law enforcement, but you don't have an ID.
That isn't it. I'm a federal.
Yeah, federal law enforcement, right? Okay. Yeah, so like FBI.
I don't want to get in trouble.
You don't have any guns in the car or nothing like that, do you?
I'm armed.
You armed?
Oh, yeah.
All right, that's fine. Leave it there. All right. Real quick, I'll let you get that phone number, but we're gonna just change things up. I need you to just shut the car off real quick, okay? Because you're detained right now.
Too long. I gotta pick it.
Okay. Yeah, that's all right. Here, shut your car off for me. All right. Where's your firearm at?
Right there.
Inside of your shirt?
In the shoulder holster, right here.
Underneath. Don't reach for it. Don't reach for it.
No, it's right.
Okay. Here's what I want you to do. You're carrying a firearm?
Yeah, I'm licensed.
Okay, that's fine. I'm going to remove it from you temporarily because of the way things are. All right? What I want you to do is place your hands over that direction. I'm going to take it off of you, okay? Don't reach for it. Don't reach for it. Don't unbutton. Don't unbutton.
For a guy who claims to have a background in law enforcement, this old man shows a remarkable amount of ignorance of standard protocol. If he kept on reaching to take his gun from its holster or to unbutton his shirt, he could end up getting shot. By then, it's pretty clear that his story is about as real as Santa Claus or the Tooth Fairy.
All right. Hey, this is Deputy Chandler here. I'm currently investigating a crime. This is kind of peculiar that I get called to you guys. I don't know if this can be accomplished, but this individual is claiming to be a federal entity of law enforcement, and the only person that is able to justify whether or not he is or not is your guys' number 2 in command. So I don't know if I'd be able to speak to Chief Morales or not, but if there is a possibility, if he's available, that would be good. If not, I completely understand.
What department did you say you're with?
I'm with the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office. I'm sorry.
Let me place you on a brief hold real quick, okay?
Thanks. I appreciate it. Not a call you get every day.
Just the fact that this is a super unusual call says a lot about how unlikely it is that Chief Morales is going to back his story up. The investigating officer's clearly embarrassed because he doesn't want to take the chief's time up when he's clearly got better things to do. However, the cop can't risk leaving this guy to keep on pretending to be working for the government.
So what are we doing here?
What are we doing here?
Yeah.
Right now you're detained for a crime.
What crime?
Impersonating law enforcement until I can figure out otherwise.
What I do is I go to different countries and I mediate, let's say there's going to be an uprising or a coup or something like that. I try to mediate that and bring it down to a lower level. That's what my job is.
Okay, and you said you're actively investigating this place for a crime, right?
I'm not.
You just said a minute ago you're investigating someone.
I'm not investigating. I am giving information back. So I'm going to do the investigation. That's my supervisor.
So right now you're being detained. Do you understand that?
I don't understand why.
Okay. Because you're impersonating a law enforcement officer.
No,
Okay.
I'm not, guy.
Okay.
I'm not per se a law enforcement officer. I work for our government.
So who do you work for?
The Department of Justice.
Okay.
That's all.
Do you know what? Can you tell me the different areas of the Department of Justice?
Investigations.
Okay, what else?
That's all I do.
Okay, like what agency within the Department of Justice?
Well, it's mostly foreign stuff, like I'm scheduled.
Foreign stuff, like office of what?
Scheduled to go to Paraguay the 25th of March. I'm scheduled to go to Paraguay 25th of March.
That's not how the Department of Justice works.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah,
That's like him being in the Army saying, well, I work for the Department of Defense, but he works for the Army. So what agency under the Department of Justice do you work for?
Pretty much all of them.
Name one. Give me one. Give me two. Just because in case you get lucky. Give me two areas of the Department of Justice.
Foreign investigations.
Okay, no, we have a different name for that.
Why are you guys busting my balls? I'm not doing anything wrong.
Yeah,
Except for lying.
And
I'm
a
not
felony
lying,
right
sir.
now, so
Okay.
until proven otherwise. So.
Huh?
And we're investigating a felony. I'm just letting you know.
So knowing that what you're claiming to be a federal agent, okay, is being investigated for a felony, I would be calling up my supervisor right now.
Yes.
What's your supervisor's number?
No.
And I could call him.
I'm not allowed.
The whole conversation's going around in circles as the scammer protests that he wasn't pretending to be a police officer, as he only claimed to work for the Department of Justice. The officers haven't had any luck getting a hold of Chief Morales, so they call the FBI instead.
To be honest, I don't even know how we ran into this guy. I've been running ragged all day. Yeah, he's asking those guys down there, and they're like, no, it looks, I think the term they used was fake as Our contacts with the FBI say
Negative.
the term was fake as What? Turn off your car, please.
It's
running?
off.
I can't hear you.
No, it's off. His car's off.
Oh,
your car's off. Yeah, I already had
Step on up.
it. Yeah, yeah, step on out real quick. Can you walk okay, or do you normally use your walker?
I usually use my walker.
Can I get it for you?
Yeah. What's going on?
You need to stand up and talk about this.
Yeah.
This guy seems genuinely surprised the cops blew his cover. Probably because his lies worked on so many other people for so long. He's now learning that it's one thing to trick some drunks at a bar, but it's another thing altogether to commit fraud right in front of an active police officer.
So you're getting placed under arrest for impersonating a law enforcement officer. Okay, it's a felony, and I'm also going to charge you with carrying a firearm in the commission of a felony, okay? Yeah, we looked into all that. I've been around long enough, worked with federal entities, that we're not buying it. Just long story short, okay?
Not gonna be good tomorrow.
All right.
Our supervisor knows. Everybody, our intelligence unit knows. The federal agents already know. We're already talking to federal agents about this, so they already know. So it's gonna be no surprise, okay?
Yep.
Like I said, if you give us a supervisor, we will gladly call
He's
them.
looking now. He's trying to find one.
Okay, who's that?
The police officer just called me.
Who?
PD. From Norfolk PD. He didn't identify himself. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
Yeah, we're done with the secret
We're
agent
done.
stuff.
We're done.
Yeah.
This isn't.
Yeah, we're all done.
Let's make a deal.
If this guy was really law enforcement, he would have also known that he'd be facing a mandatory charge for carrying a firearm in the commission of a felony. It doesn't matter whether he used the firearm or not. He was also charged with fraud and impersonating a federal officer. On the 23rd of February 2024, police officers responded to reports of a male suspect who was attempting a fraudulent SIM swap. The goal here is to gain illegal access to the victim's phone number. That way, he can use password resets and other techniques to gain access to his victim's online banking, social networking sites, and more. When the officers arrived, the suspect fled on foot.
Hey! 2942, he's running southbound. He's running southbound behind the 400 diplomat. Stop! I'm gonna shoot you, stop! I'm gonna tase you. Stop! Stop! I'm gonna show you, stop! Get on the ground! Get on the ground, do it now! On the ground! Get on the ground, do it now! On the ground, bro! Get on the ground, your face down! Do not move! Move. Hands me in your back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I ain't got no gun. I ain't got none.
Move.
Yes, sir. I ain't got none. I ain't got.
All right, let me get up. 2942, 215. Let me get up.
Get up.
Yeah.
Now that the suspect's been detained and handcuffed, the real investigation can begin. This kind of fraud can be complicated and difficult to understand, even for law enforcement. Unlike other common scams, it's not something you can easily spot. The officers are only aware of this scam in the first place because of reports they received.
You see, you tried to shoot. I wasn't gonna risk my life like that.
Smart choice.
Hell yeah. I ain't do nothing wrong.
How you doing, sir? You mind just telling me what happened?
Yeah, so we have a chat across all the stores, right? And they send a picture of this man trying to use a fake ID to do a SIM change. Usually SIM change, they do it to like get access to another person's bank account information, do all sort of things. Then I saw a person obviously walk in, I thought it was a customer. When I asked for his ID, it was the same Oklahoma ID, but it had a different name on it. So I was like, oh, okay, this guy's fraud. So I called my manager just to like let her know, hey, this guy's fraud. And then just went to while she was handling him, trying to do a SIM change, we put like a bunch of barriers, like, hey, I need a bill, whatever. It was in the back, calling you guys. And then I came back, try to just stretch the interaction as long as possible so that you guys can get there. Once he saw the cop card, he's like, oh, give me a second. He grabbed his stuff and then walked in.
Okay, and just to confirm, the mail that you're talking about that they sent doing fraud to all the other stores was the mail you just confirmed?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's going to pull the car in so we can finish talking in here so we're not blocking the road.
The witness did some impressively quick thinking. Not only did he recognize the scam, but he also found ways to stall the transaction to give the cops some time to arrive. While the suspect had left already, by the time the officers reached the store, the stalling still worked because the suspect wasn't able to flee far enough and the cops were still able to catch him.
So let's say my phone number is here and I want to put it in another phone. I just swap the SIM card and I put it into a new phone.
And they're doing that as fraud?
Yeah, to access people's, one-time pins for bank accounts, for whatever reason.
Because all the messages will start going to him, right?
Exactly. So when they get the one-time pin, it goes to the fraudster instead of the actual person.
Okay.
He also presented an Xfinity bill. A fake one, of course.
To you guys or?
To us.
Okay, I don't think he had that on him.
No, I got a picture.
Oh, a picture of it? Okay.
I have it printed out of this one.
Okay.
They may have asked this, but you have video surveillance, right?
Yes.
And when you get back to the store, you'll be able to freeze that interaction?
Me personally, no, but I can call my district manager.
If you could, please, that'll be very helpful. We don't necessarily need that today, but our detective bureau will get that video. And as far as prosecution in court, that's common sense.
The witness here's clearly an intelligent young man, and so he's probably never had this much involvement with police before. He clearly knows a lot about cybercrime and the methods criminals use to target their victims in the digital age. Speaking of criminals, the cops still don't know who they actually arrested because of course the guy was using a fake ID.
What's your name?
I can't tell him at the precinct or at the job.
With another charge.
Okay, that's fine. You don't want to tell us fine.
It just, if I'm going to jail,
You're gonna get hit with another charge, bro. That's the problem. If you want another charge, that's on you.
I'm going to go to jail so I can
That's what we're doing.
Okay, but if you don't tell us your name, you're gonna get another charge.
Yes.
What's the charge?
Obstruction. Because you're not letting us conduct our investigation.
That's not my job to help y'all.
Okay, that's fine. It's popping up from me. It's all you.
I appreciate y'all for being nice, but
No,
you
no
feel what I'm
worries.
saying? I just want to go to jail. Y'all
I
can
got
take
you.
me to jail,
Yeah.
take me to wherever detention center I'm going to. I can tell them my name.
I just figure you might want to give me a name so I can call you by that.
Oh, no, you can call me good citizen.
All right, good citizen. You want to just send this with me.
Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate it.
This quote-unquote good citizen was led straight into a jail cell. He was charged with a number of serious offenses, including creating, possessing, or using fraudulent personal identification, unauthorized possession of a forged or stolen driver's license, failure to comply with police or fire department orders, and obtaining property or communications under $300 through fraud. On September 6, 2022, police in Brookhaven, Atlanta were called out to the Pink Pony Gentlemen's Club. According to employees at the club, one of their customers tried to settle his tab by paying with a credit card that didn't have any identifying information on it. Suspicious, they called the cops in to take a closer look.
So, gentleman, he's got a card. There's no chip, and there's no name on the card. So we don't accept it. Run up a $1,200 tab. He's gotten cash from us. Booze, the whole bit. Say, hey, I can't accept that. Can you give them options? Can you Apple Pay? Can you do, He's like, no, not doing that. You took my card last night. So I said, show me. So he brings it up. All he's got is ATM transactions. Sure, my ATM will take it. It's not my service.
Yeah.
It's a service that's provided. And there's a machine in there, so just being real hostile towards us.
As the manager explained, the customer's refusing to pay with any other payment methods and insisted on using the suspicious card. It's important to note because if he just settled up his $1,200 bill via some other method, it's unlikely the Pink Pony staff would have bothered to report him. The cop then invited the customer to join the discussion.
So what happened is
The female, the bartender, said, hey, there's no name on the card and different form of pay. That's all she asked. I said, well, last night, I literally paid with the same card. Same card. So what is the difference from tonight and today? That's all y'all are out here for.
Okay. Well, he said that you brought up transactions from an ATM, which was not.
No. I can prove that I literally bought drinks here.
Okay. Well, so we weren't here last night. We don't know what happened last night, but tonight you owe $1,200, and
yeah,
it has to be paid.
I'm cool paying $1,200, but what's the difference from today and literally? What's going on?
Man. I'm not sure, but that has nothing to do with tonight. Okay.
The point here is that the club has every right to ask the man to use a different form of payment, especially if they deem the card to be suspicious. Even if he had used it the night before, they're allowed to change their minds if they just realized it looked suspicious. And if it's true that he used it at the ATM and the card's fake, he could be facing arrest for that, as well as trying to use it to settle his bill.
So either you can try to utilize the ATM and make that and try to withdraw the funds from there.
I literally used that card last night. All right.
So outside of this card, do you have any other form of payment?
I used that card last night. I can respectfully say, hey, I'll use the ATM.
Okay.
All right.
He's going to max out. They're not going to let $1,200.
Yeah. See.
That's what I'm saying. It's nice.
I literally used that card last night though.
His financial institution's going to say there's something wrong here. Because it's going to look like we only do 200 at a time.
I used the card last night.
Are you going to pay or not?
Are you going to pay or no?
I can pay it.
Okay.
I can pay it.
Outside of this card, how can you pay it?
No, it's got to be that card.
This guy keeps repeating himself, but his statements don't get any truer just because he's saying them. He sounds like a broken record, but he still needs to pay the company, and he needs to do it with a payment method that they'll accept. The club's manager does what he can to provide other payment options for this guy, but he says no to everything.
Well, then, I don't know what to tell you. It's not going to be that card, so you either pay or you go to jail.
All right.
All right. You got anything you're not supposed to have in your pockets? Anything else supposed to be sticking, anything like that?
No.
Okay.
This phone.
You can't take those with you, right?
I literally have this morning king hater.
Well, then why won't you pay him then?
I will. So
There has to be with an appropriate form of payment.
Well, my thing is, though, I literally used the same card last night.
Then the guy starts saying that the card is his business's card, which is entirely irrelevant. Since the conversation was going nowhere and the customer simply refused to settle his bill, the cops were left with no choice but to arrest him. What the customer doesn't know is that he's not only in trouble for not paying, he could also be facing additional charges of fraud if the suspicious card is fake.
All right, since I'm going to jail, can I smoke a cigarette real quick or no? I got a bad foot.
I got you. All right, man, they tried to run it, and for some reason it came up as suspected fraud. I don't know what that means. Whose card is that?
It's my card.
I don't know why it's popping up like that.
Like I said, it's a business card, so, I mean, if you gotta take me to jail, take me to jail, whatever.
Okay. All right, man. Just hang tight.
Hey, like I said, hey, man, please, just a quick, 2 puffs.
I can't do that, man. That's against our policy, all right? Hang out here, right?
Clearly, this guy cares more about getting his nicotine fix than he does about his potential charges. He was charged with theft of services and taken to DeKalb County Jail, and we can only assume that he was also banned from the Pink Pony. There's no word yet on whether the manager of the club was able to receive payment. On April 6, 2024, police officers were summoned to an IHOP after workers raised concerns about potential fraud. The suspect in the case used a fake $100 bill to pay for his food, and the waitress gave him his change of $71 using genuine currency. It was only after this that she noticed the bill was fake and called the police.
You want to walk over here with me real quick? Just talk to these people. Just, obviously, they called us for something minor. I just want them to make sure that it wasn't you that they were wanting to talk about.
Oh, in this aisle? Like,
Yeah.
just left it like, yeah, I ordered food.
Oh, okay, all right. And you paid for it?
Yeah.
Okay.
What happened?
So I don't know yet. They said that you paid with like counterfeit bills or something.
Okay.
So we'll just talk to him about it and see what's up. What's your name?
Sean.
Yes.
What's up?
I need to know if this is real because it looks pretty fake to me.
1306 is coming back from this.
Yeah, that's what I gave you that.
You gave me this one, yes. And there's cameras. We have cameras, so. But this is fake.
I have straight $100 bills in my car. Can I show you guys?
1 second.
Even looking at it through the footage, that bill doesn't look genuine. Still, scammers tend to think that they're a lot smarter than they actually are. And it looks like this guy's tried to use his wits to talk his way out of trouble. But perhaps he'd be better off if he waited to talk when his lawyer's present.
Just stay relaxed.
If I just need my money back,
I got you. Well, we got another issue going right now, so we'll talk about it. If you just want your stuff paid for, that's fine. But
I just gave him $70 change back.
so he should have the $70 in his pocket.
$71 I get back in change.
Is that in which pocket? And you say you got a bunch of other money in your car?
Yeah, I got money in my car.
So this is money that she gave you for?
I don't. I got a bunch of money on me. Like I just have all type of various. But I got $100 bills.
All right, because this one absolutely is fake, and the social you gave me is wrong.
No, hell no. 58306, bro.
589. Yeah, it's showing nil. It's showing down 5. So we're gonna figure out what's going on. We're gonna step outside. I'll be with you in a minute.
Okay.
Hey Kelly, she said she had a plate. Can you get it from her?
Excuse me.
You're good.
The guy's also given him a fake social security number as well, so the cop's probably wondering what else is fake. On a related note, you've got to be pretty dumb to give a cop a fake social when he's investigating you for possession of fake currency. If this guy wasn't suspicious before, he sure as hell is now. But the cops are notoriously good at spotting counterfeits.
It looks like passing forged checks, possibly.
That's interesting. You want to go ahead with your other one, too, please?
He has another one. This one might be out of Arizona. It is for failure to appear, public order crimes, and then he has a protection order.
Well, when we were in there talking, you got extremely nervous, man. And once I grabbed onto your arm, your legs were actually shaking, like as if like it was freezing cold.
You gotta understand, I've been to jail before. I hate jail, so I'm like, hold on, what the hell am I going to jail for?
Okay. All right, well, it's not a guarantee you're going to jail or anything like that. Just at that point, obviously, your social was coming back NIF.
Yeah.
And when you were telling me your name, you were kind of hesitant on it and stuff. So that's why I detained you.
Remember when I told you about the damn board? I mean, about the court date of this business? I was on the phone with him. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, that would have been pretty interesting. Anything else in the car that we should know about?
No, bro. You got some money, some clothes, and that's it, bro.
Okay.
So this guy has a history too. Given that most of his warrants are for fraud and failing to appear, cops know he has a history of committing these kinds of crimes. This also explains why he gave them a fake name and social security number. Unfortunately for him, there's no way out of this, and the cops are determined to teach him a lesson.
Oh, you did have your ID on you. How come when I asked you for your ID, you didn't want to give it to me? Yeah, I said, hey, you got an ID? You're like, no. And that's why I took your social.
That was in the car.
All right, have a seat back.
I used it in the car in my bag.
I got you. That's all right. I ain't mad at you. So you said just money in the car, clothes in the car. What else is in that car?
Man, it's just my money and my clothes, bro.
Okay, so there's a printer in the car.
Too far. Yeah, but this is an old print. It ain't none of that like that. Yeah,
okay.
It ain't nothing like that.
Yeah. Okay. All right, man. Well, I'll see when my supervisor gets up here to see about seeing if your girl can come grab your clothes and stuff.
And you can get the $70 for it too. I put it in the car.
The $70?
Yeah, I put it
so you checked out of here. Hold on, before you tell me everything that really happened here, I'm just gonna read you your rights, all right?
Having a printer in the car isn't illegal, but if you've been accused of printing money, it's not a good look. The guy claims it's an old printer, but maybe that's why the bill looks so fake in the first place. After reading the suspect his rights, he agrees to answer some questions.
So you don't mind if we take a look through that real quick, make sure that everything you're saying is legit? Alright. She's gonna sit here with you, alright? Jay, stating there's like $1,400 cash, a printer that he said's holding from her grandma's house.
Not for the money?
You really need that. He said it's not for the money.
It's a dot matrix.
And then his clothes. And then he said he was coming up here for like 2 weeks, but he didn't want to be sorting through clothes, so he just threw them all in plastic bags and came up here.
And golf. Hey, Jeff. Hey, everybody. What's the Forever 21? Yeah. $100 bill. $100 bill. Secret Service would probably be interested in that. Yeah. Should I just start getting evidence bags? Okay, let me just take the clothes out. There's a receipt in here, too.
This trunk full of shopping bags and receipts tells the cops everything they need to know. Looks like this guy's been all over town with his fake 100, using the bills to make low-dollar purchases, then pocketing the legitimate money he's given as change. It's a very old scam, but it's still gonna land this guy with significant charges.
Here's the printer and a bunch of paper. Yeah. I already said the 100 is like, you can tell as soon as you touch it, the texture's not there. How money feels almost like. Is that movie money? It is one bill. Josh said the rest in the car. He volunteered and said, I have a bunch more hundreds in the car. He said they look legit. I haven't looked at them, so.
The cops took the printer and other pieces of evidence. They booked the suspect, locking him up on charges of counterfeiting and possessing criminal tools. Given how obviously fake the notes were, he's lucky it took this long before the cops were called. On November 16, 2023, officers in Florida were called out to a credit union to investigate suspected fraud. For the uninitiated, a credit union's like a bank, except it's owned by the members and is run as a nonprofit. According to the report, a woman was trying to cash a check, but the account had been flagged due to suspicious activity.
How you doing? My name's Tequila. Okay. I don't know what's going on. She just said, Tequila, would you go cash a check for me? Okay. I don't got my ID.
Yeah, we can argue.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, that's my ID. That's my license. That's my address. That's everything.
Can I see her license?
Yes, that's my address. That's everything. You want any questions, any answers? That's what I said. I don't know. Seriously.
Okay.
You want to go in my office over here?
Yes.
Okay, right here. These checks right here are fraudulent checks.
Oh, really? See, I don't know.
Ma'am, you can have this.
I don't know nothing about that.
See right here.
Honestly, I really don't. I'm a married woman. I don't know. So what's going on? Like,
these are fraudulent checks.
I don't know what. See, you're asking me to cash it for. That was it.
It's the oldest defense in the book. This woman, who introduced herself as Tequila, is trying to claim that a friend asked her to cash the checks and that she had no idea they were fraudulent. She clearly knew there was a chance this would happen and had worked on her argument in advance.
That's my address. You want any questions and answers, that's where I stay at. I have no reason to lie to y'all about anything. Seriously.
That's the vehicle that you came in?
Yeah, that's my car.
So.
All right, so these checks here, we've been having these checks passed on in our branch for this week. Our member just came in this morning. These are fraudulent checks here. So this is like, she's like the third person that has come in and to cash these checks here. Okay.
Wow.
I just got them Coco. Okay. I don't know what you guys need to do, however you want to do. I got you.
So.
This is a check.
So you got notification that it was
fraudulent checks?
Yeah.
Actually, our member came in and reported that her checks were stolen.
Wow.
Okay. And when matching up everything, our member just came in this morning. They're fraudulent checks. They've been passed around. And so many people are bringing those checks in here, cashing the checks.
How many have you gotten?
This is the third one this week.
I don't know nothing about that.
This is the third one this week.
It's no wonder Tequila was caught, given that the credit union employees were already on the lookout. It seems someone stole the checkbook and was passing it around, so several different people have already been trying to cash these checks. The only question here is whether Tequila's willing to give the other perps up.
Yes, she ordered checks and never
The member did?
Yeah.
Okay.
And never received her checks. And then she came in to do an account change because she realized her checks were clearing the account. And when we went in and we did our research and we went to verify the signatures. The signatures don't match. All of these individuals that are bringing these checks in have no accounts or anything here, no longer with us. And she's like the third person that's coming in, but it's different people coming in with the checks.
Okay.
Who's your friend? Her name is Nene.
Nene?
Yeah.
Is that her full name?
I don't know her full name, but that's her girlfriend inside of the car.
I asked her who was the lady that gave her the check. She was just like, I don't know. She's not giving up a name. So whoever this lady is, this lady has the checks and she's writing the checks and passing them out and having people to cash them for.
Clearly, Tequila's not the brains of the operation. At the same time, though, if the mastermind's girlfriend's waiting outside the credit union in a car, she's also not exactly keeping a low profile. It sounds like this whole scheme was dreamed up by a couple of naughty high schoolers who wanted some cash to spend on Fortnite.
Walk me through what happened.
What happened? Okay.
You got the check to you got here.
So I was dropping off somebody at the arcade.
Sure.
And I seen Nene walking.
Okay.
And another guy. And it was raining. So she said, "Can you drop me off at the house?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "Well, I didn't cash my check. You have to cash the check." When I gave you a check, I didn't cash it.
Who's this girl?
Her name is Nene. That's what I know about Nene.
Ma'am, are you with the girls in the...
Yes, I was just riding with her. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I'm just, all I have is her car keys. I don't know whatever else.
So I go cash it for you. I wasn't thinking about nothing like that because I don't be around you like that. So I mean.
So she gave you a blank check.
She told me to put my name on it.
Okay.
She said because she didn't have her, whoever gave it to her.
What was already filled out on the check when she said put your name on it?
Everything else.
So your name, the 200, the date, all you did was sign it, or
I just put all I just signed it. That's all I did. Just sign it.
Who's Christina?
I don't know who Christina. I don't know. I don't know. Baby, I don't know. That's the girlfriend right there. That's a girlfriend right there.
What's her name?
We call her Nene.
So everybody's name's Nene?
Both of them got the same. Seriously, we call both of them Nene. I do.
What does Nene mean?
Nene mean that's their name. That's their nickname.
So you just go cashing other people's checks?
I thought she was legit.
Well, this is my... So...
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I don't have no reason to lie. I ain't got time for this. Like.
So you're told that you get randomly handed this check.
I mean, I know her, but I don't know her last name. I mean,
okay.
I ain't
you get told.
She never did nothing to me like this.
But you get told you get handed.
Asked me.
So you get handed this check, and it just so happens that the pay to the order of is to your name.
Cause she put it on there.
If there was a check made out to her, wouldn't the pay of the order already be her name on there?
She said the lady told her to put it to blank. I don't lie to you, baby.
So
did she put my name because they shouldn't have a license?
Okay.
The woman's story makes no sense, and both she and the officers know it. You can tell by the way the suspect's trying to dominate the conversation and talk over the officers that she knows she's in the wrong. Meanwhile, outside the credit union, the cops have spoken to a couple of other suspects who might have something to do with the crime.
There's a black car that's been circling. I guess that's someone who's involved. Her name's Renee.
That car that just passed by, the black car, is my family.
Yep.
Right there.
This one?
Yeah.
Am I going to jail? No, I'm trying to figure out. We're trying to figure out what's going on. I honestly don't know. I'm honest, and I don't like trouble. I would tell you if I knew something. Yeah. I don't know.
What is Renee's relation?
That's just the lady they stay with.
Okay. And off of the description that they gave, you determined that was Renee.
Yeah, that's Renee.
Okay.
Can turn him off for 750 Morel and Harvey.
Okay, come and get it.
1050 Moreland Harvey on Florida tag.
It seems like more and more people keep getting drawn into this thing, and it's getting difficult to remember who's who. So far, we've got Tequila, 2 different women outside the credit union, and then the driver of the car the officer just stopped. And like the cop said, they're still trying to figure out exactly what's going on.
Go ahead again.
The one that gave me a check, she was in the front seat.
Of the black car?
Yes.
And that's Mimi?
Nene, yes.
1017. What you reaching me back for?
I
just saw you put a check in your bag.
Yeah, that's all I did.
I saw that check in your bag. Well, how do you know those people back there?
I don't.
You don't?
No.
So you don't know those people?
No.
So you wanna reframe that?
A what?
You wanna reframe that? You don't know those people back at the bank that you circled a couple times?
I didn't circle a couple times. I circled one time.
So you don't know those people that was out on the ground?
No, I circled around because I saw y'all there, and I didn't want to go in the bank.
So you didn't circle around. You don't know.
I just circled around once. That was it.
All right.
If Tequila's telling the truth, we can assume that this woman driving the car is Nene, or at least one of the Nene. And given that the cops saw her sneaking a check into her wallet, it seems like she's the one who handed Tequila the check. All they need to do now is take a look at the check she put in her purse and see if it matches the checks that were stolen from the customer at the credit union.
Tell me.
Okay. Today I dropped somebody off at the arcade, and I seen
Which arcade?
on Clearway.
Okay.
So it was raining. I dropped somebody off there because that's what I do. I pick up people and drop them off. So I seen she was walking. The girl that gave me the check. She was walking.
Which one gave you the check? Describe it to me.
Nene. She got dreads. She have dreads. She got a black thing on her head. That's the girlfriend that's in with the. That's the girl.
So the girl that left on foot's the one that gave you the check?
No, that's my friend Mimi. That's my friend Miyoshi. She's at my house because her lights is off, so she's at my house staying.
So who gave you the check?
The girl named Nene.
Where's she?
She was in that black car. The one that stopped.
It's hard to tell if Tequila's genuinely trying to help or if she's trying to make things more confusing because her story's difficult to understand. Ultimately, it looks as though her testimony won't be particularly useful. The cops here are just going to have to carry out their investigation and let the evidence speak for itself, which is what they do anyway in any other case.
Can you step out the vehicle for me?
Is this how I get up here?
Have you attempted to cash any other checks?
No, sir.
Because there's been a bunch of them.
Not me.
You ain't gonna be on it?
No, that ain't me.
All right. What is Nene's real name? That's important.
It's very important. It's very important. That's the girlfriend out there.
I hope that rain ain't coming this way. Oh, it is.
The chick that's down there.
No, that's not. That's Miyoshi. That's the one that's at my house. She's there right now because her lights is off. She's at my house.
Okay. So, what does she have to do with any of this?
Nothing. I was leaving my house, and her dad was dropping her off at my house, and she just got in the car with me.
Finally, it becomes clearer who's who. Tequila's friend Miyoshi was the one in the black shirt. The one driving the car was Nene, who's suspected of being the mastermind. And then we have Nene's girlfriend, another Nene, who's the woman with the dreads. However, contrary to what Tequila said earlier, Nene says she's not gay and doesn't have a girlfriend.
Do you understand the rights as I've explained?
Yes.
Having these rights in mind, are you willing to answer my questions now? No? Okay.
Not without a lawyer present.
Okay, well, hold on to her because the check owner might have just showed up here, so we're going to have to figure some stuff out.
The officer's she'll search you real quick. Hello. Sucks right in the rain too, man. Leave your purse in there, or your bag. There you go.
185, 220. Good. The one that you have there in that car, she cashed the check earlier today at this location as well?
It was yesterday.
Yesterday, but at this location, our jurisdiction, correct?
10-4, that's what the bank advised.
140.
Yeah.
Where are you at with her? Do you find any checks or anything on her?
No, nothing. She just got a ride. She's 1097 Rockledge. Did a search and there's nothing. And all these cards are mine, so. Yeah.
All right, cool.
I appreciate your cooperation. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that too.
All right.
I'm gonna go check out with 220 and see if he needs me to search or anything.
Even the cops admit they're kind of confused at this point. It's like a chess game with a bunch of moving pieces. We're trying to do a jigsaw puzzle without having a picture of what it's supposed to look like when it's done. The employees at the credit union are providing them all the help they can, and it helps that they have a cooperative suspect.
Once Natty gets their tick page loose, because the CID is going to kind of take this over because there's kind of a lot going on with this. I got 2 detectives rolled out up here now, and we'll get it all together and figure it out.
I saw her stuffing like a check in the check type book in her bag.
Okay.
Can I?
He says we're good enough to search, but hang tight. Let's just wait for what Natty just pulled up.
She's not gonna talk.
What?
She's not gonna talk about it. She said she don't even know that girl over there.
It's full of shit.
Yeah.
All these detectives are here. I say we minimize our involvement. If they want to search the car, they can come and search the car.
Okay, so they're taking this over?
It sounds like they are. So we'll just stay here right now.
The CID is the Criminal Investigation Division, and they'll be taking over this crime because it's so complex that it's in need of a more substantial investigation. The CID team will be able to give the case the time and attention it deserves.
I think she has a full checkbook. Because she was stuffing something, but I didn't want to. I just asked her to step out the car and moved her from that spot because.
We'll let Natty do the interview. Because Natty was like, hold. But she was the woman was getting. So.
Watch your head. Thank you.
Oh, I'll just sit okay. This is. It's definitely in that black shirt.
Okay, you sure you need to put it on your report, okay?
Yeah. I saw it. I just didn't want to grab it. Tabo, you want to stand with her? I'll help her search.
You good?
No, I'm not. Why are y'all impounding my car? I can get somebody to come get my car.
It's part of getting arrested.
It wasn't involved in a crime.
Okay, hang tight.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.
So wonderful.
We try. We aim to please. Yeah.
We don't always win, but sometimes it's nice. Every now and then.
The woman we just heard from is the victim of the crime, who understandably does not want to be identified. Ultimately, the woman who tried to cash the checks and the woman who was driving the car were arrested, and they were both charged with organized fraud and uttering a forged instrument. On May 22nd, 2023, police were called out to a Best Buy because a couple had been caught shoplifting $400 worth of tools using a stolen credit card. The store's employees had quickly caught on to the scam they were running and called the officers out to the premises. Fortunately, the cops arrived before the suspects could leave.
What was your guys' names again? Stefan. And then what was your name, ma'am? Amy. Okay. So before I talk to you guys at all, I'm just going to read you your Miranda rights, okay? Do you understand each of these rights I've explained to you? And I need an audible yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And then having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to us now? Yes. And then would you like to talk to us now? Having these rights in mind?
Yeah.
You can say yes or no. So they have to.
Yeah.
Yes? Okay. So what happened? Why am I here?
He searched work in careers and we didn't know how we were going to get his tools for work. So we asked him and
I sold all my tools. I just lost my job 2 weeks ago and I sold all my tools. And now
where'd you work before?
I was at cell phone towers. Putting this network.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And I had to sell all my tools to pay for my room because I'm from Louisiana and stuck out. But I started work Wednesday and I'm getting more hand tools.
Okay.
So assuming their stories are true, Stefan sold his tools to pay for his accommodation, but without his tools, he's unable to work. And now that he's got another job coming up, he needs tools. That's no excuse, of course, for committing theft. There are other options, like borrowing or renting the tool, and he probably shouldn't have sold them in the first place if the line of work he's in is going to require them.
They don't supply you tools for these jobs?
Well, I'm top hand, so I'm supposed to have my tools.
So you're like contracted?
Right. See, well, there's two bosses on. There's a boss on the ground. There's a boss up top. I'm the boss in the air, and then there's a boss on the ground.
Oh. You didn't have anyone you could like borrow tools from or something?
Well, I'm supposed to have mine so they could, because I got another guy. I got two more people with me, and they're supposed to be able to use mine.
Why didn't you just tell him, like, hey, man, I don't have any tools. I know I'm supposed to have them, but times are hard. I lost my apartment. We have a mobile outreach team, too. Sometimes they can help people get stuff.
We didn't know
Yeah. So, and then...
Can we get their number?
Yeah, I can give you guys their info. And then, are you two married, dating? Like, what's your guys' relationship? You're together? Okay. Obviously, it's a lot of stuff. It's like $400 worth of stuff. So you guys are going to be under arrest for theft.
The friendly policewoman talked to the couple about other options they had, but unfortunately, it's a little too late because they've already committed their crime. Stefan tries to cover for Amy by saying he was the one who committed the theft, but she could still be considered as an accomplice.
Do you have any weapons or anything in your pockets I should look out?
Any of you guys got drugs? On you guys?
No.
Marijuana? Anything? Got marijuana on you?
I gotta have a joint.
Okay.
Oh, somebody come pick up my kid, please.
Yeah, we can call someone when we get to the car. So go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and set your phone down and stand up for me.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah.
Let me get this purse off of it, okay?
How old's your kid? 9. Who's watching him? Oh, he's at school right now?
Yeah.
Well, there is going to be bail.
It's a shame that people like these don't think about their kids before they commit their crimes. The good news here is that it's only 11 a.m. and they've got plenty of time to arrange things so someone can pick their kid up at school. And as the officer mentioned, they'll be offered bail. And if they're able to make bond, which seems likely, they could pick the kid up themselves.
Here's what I always tell people that go back to the office, right? When you run and you try to get away and then we catch you, think about how a judge looks at it.
Yeah, I know.
But when you go back and you're cooperative like you are with me right now, and you're like, yeah, made a mistake, here's what happened, then when a judge sees that, I'm sure they look much more kindly.
I don't want to lose my kid.
Have you ever been arrested before? Radio proof of it, and you can watch it.
Yeah, I have.
In Washington? Okay, who's watching the kid before?
That was when I lost him. I fought to get him back for 3 years.
Oh,
and I got him back.
Oh, gotcha.
It's really no surprise that Amy's been arrested before, because neither of them look like model citizens. With that said, it's a shame she's still committing crimes after just getting her kid back, because arrests like this will jeopardize her chances of maintaining custody.
Okay, so now we have several problems. One, there's 100 million different IDs of different people, social security card in someone else's name, a bunch of credit cards in other people's names, all in your purse.
Yeah, I found him at this truck stop that we stopped at, and I was going to mail him back to that address.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that you found credit cards and people's IDs and you're going to find postage and you're going to mail them back. You need literally take them into the post office. Hey, I found this on the road. Here you go.
I didn't know that.
And then here's the other thing. Where are all these from? What is all this? Where are all these gift cards from?
I got them for my birthday.
And then what's that little baggie of white crystal substance you found in your bag?
Oh, yes.
So why didn't you tell me that? Because here's the thing. If that would have gone to the jail, you would have gotten another charge.
I didn't think I had anything in there.
If you've ever known a drug user, then you know just how implausible this argument is. Any addict always knows how much drugs they have left. The cop here wasn't lying when she said there were a few different problems here. This case has gone from them trying to steal from one store to them already having stolen from several others.
That's why you got to be honest with me, and you got to say, hey, listen, I do have meth in my bag. Okay, we'll log it and we'll destroy it. But now I'm going to note in my report, oh, she said she didn't have it, now I found meth in her bag. I also found a bunch of different IDs, a social security card, credit cards. Do you think if I look this person up, they'll say, oh, my wallet was stolen?
I mean, I don't know. I found those at a rest stop that we stopped at.
In a fairy tale world, and you're not lying to me that you didn't try to use these people's credit cards?
No, I didn't.
You go to a police station, you turn them in. You go to a post office, you turn them in. You don't. No reasonable person will keep us.
Like, I didn't know that. We just
stack of credit cards and IDs.
We just got back this morning.
And where are these from?
They're from I got those for my birthday. And
people just sent you these for your birthday?
Well, yeah, like a few of them, but I've had those in my purse for a while.
Okay.
Tell you what, You don't have to be a body language expert to know that Amy's lying to the officer. And while she's pretending to be cooperative, her lies are blowing up her cover. With the information the cops now have, Amy and Stefan could face a whole heap of challenges.
Not a very good example for your son. You gotta set good examples for him.
I know, I'm sorry.
You gotta think about how these things are gonna affect his life. How stealing stuff from a store is gonna affect his life. How, using meth. I know it's probably hard to get off, but there's a million different ways they can try to get you off of it and help you. They have resources here.
That was my plan, was to get clean,
Yeah, well, it's time to start establishing that plan and stop saying it and start doing it.
All right, Amy, so we've already got a hold of, we'll get that all taken care of, all right? A little less stress for you, okay? All righty.
Both of you, just so you're aware, you're both going to be trespassed from Home Depot for 1 year. And then I think they trespass you from all the locations, but that's with them. But for Lacey PD, if you return to this store within the next year, you will be arrested, okay? Okay. Thank you guys for cooperating with me.
Both of them were taken directly to jail and charged with theft. They were also banned from returning to Best Buy for the next year and warned they'd be arrested for trespassing if they went back. Fortunately, the cops arranged for someone to pick their kid up after school. On the 5th of August, 2022, police in Florida were informed about a counterfeit case. Apparently, a man used fake cash to pay for a purchase he'd made on Facebook Marketplace. According to the report, the suspect arranged to meet someone at a nearby mall to buy a pair of Nike Dunks for $160.
You have the bills with you right now?
The bills.
The fake money that he gave you?
Yeah. You want all the money?
Well,
I don't know if it's real. I think it is real.
This is the issues, the fake 50s. So.
Well, so you want to sit down and all?
It's up to you, man. If you want to sit down, you're good. You don't have to stand there.
Oh.
So shoes often or?
No, this is just a hobby, and my fiance, his birthday is on the 20th. So I was trying to get some shoes off to get some money, so that is why I'm trying to do this. I started yesterday, so...
This guy's selling shoes to raise a little cash for his wife's birthday. After exchanging the shoes with the buyer, he noticed the bills he'd been given had a strange texture to them. But by the time he realized it, the buyer had already fled.
Hey, stay right here.
He's hiding. Well, PD, come on over here. He just left the call.
Orlando Police! Orlando Police! Listen! Don't do it! Don't do it! Get on the ground!
Through a security camera, the mall security was able to locate the suspect and inform the officer. While fighting the guy was one thing, tasing the suspect wasn't enough, and the suspect was able to make another run for it.
Taser deployed.
Give me your head. That's the whole thing. You can try not to pay her.
Stop resisting. Stop resisting.
What's your name? What's your name? Let's get him on. Get him on the side. Watch this phone.
Right.
Get on your side. I'm gonna set you up so you can breathe better.
For a moment, it looked like the suspect could still escape, as he was a better runner than the cop was. Thankfully, a brave civilian happened to see the chase and was able to stop the suspect and pin him to the ground. At this point, he wasn't arrested yet, but merely detained for questioning. That being said, by running, he only made himself look more guilty, and he'd definitely be under arrest pretty soon.
He's got a car key and a cell phone right there. Alright, thank you. Just come over here. He was a helpful witness. I'm gonna go grab my phone and my flip-flops.
When I told you to stop, why didn't you stop?
Jalen, you need medical? You need a medical attention? Do you want them to check you out?
If you can't talk, nod your head, yes or no. Alright. You have any weapons on you, bro? Yes, sir. You do? You do?
I think he's got a steroid in his pocket, I can't tell.
Is that it right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
That helpful witness was just a member of the public who kicked off his flip-flops and chased after the scammer. There's a delightful irony in the fact that this guy showed up to the mall to steal some shoes and ended up getting taken down by someone with bare feet.
Don't make any moves, okay?
Right.
He's cuffed, right?
These are his. That's his other one. Come on.
Yep.
lean back so you can lean up against your vehicle. Good. Sit straight.
Having a weapon was another red flag, because the entire point of meeting in a public place like the mall is to carry out the transaction and make sure everyone's safe. There's no need whatsoever for him to be carrying a weapon, especially since there are families and young children around.
There is stolen merchandise in plain view in the car, so they have PC. They go into the car.
Have we confirmed that this is the victim's shoes? Okay, can I give them back to him?
Awesome.
That's done?
Yep. Okay. Did anybody run any of the guns?
They ran the one on him. We haven't ran this one.
Okay.
There's a tag underneath that tag.
A tag under this just gets.
The
clock clicking. Wow.
The suspect was arrested and charged with uttering forgery, possession of counterfeit bills, carrying a concealed firearm, resisting without violence, and providing false ID to law enforcement. The seller got his shoes back, although there's no word yet on whether he found a legitimate buyer. Scammers are an interesting kind of criminal because they tend to think that they're smarter than everyone else. But whether they're handling fake $50 bills or trying to cash stolen checks, most of them aren't too bright, as this video clearly shows.